If I have any more fun today, I don't think I can take it. Hello, I am Robert.
And I am Lara. And today we're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
The original.
Super scary. I think the scariest Leatherface that have been out there.
I would have to agree with you. Leatherface is, of course, the big baddie, one of the main villains. But there's multiple villains.
Oh,
in
yeah.
This movie, again, it's 1974, so you got to remember, it predates almost everything. Any horror movie you can think of, it predates. This is one of the first modern horror films. I don't mean like Dracula or The Mummy or something like that. Those aren't really modern. But this one was, they actually started it like it was a little viral campaign, like they wanted you to think that this really happened, right? They had a narrator.
Who was great.
Yeah, do you know who that was? You know who that was.
I do, but why don't you tell us?
The narrator who begins, he says, oh, and here's the people were killed and blah, blah, blah.
The voice.
John Larroquette. A young John Larroquette from Night Court and a million movies and a million other TV things. He was the narrator. You know what he was paid for doing that?
What was he paid for doing?
One marijuana joint.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. You know, talking about pay, do you know what the actors were paid for this film?
I do not. I'm going to guess not much.
Not much. $405 for the entire filming, which took 4 weeks.
Let's see. That's like $101 a week.
Yeah, just about.
Well, the original budget was $60,000, which is small even for 1974 dollars.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then, of course, you get into editing, and editing, doubles after that. There's another $80,000 for editing. But interesting, the original distributor for this movie, I don't remember his name, but he was like a mafia guy, and he was using the production to launder money that he'd made just prior to with a little movie you may have heard of, Deep Throat.
I have heard of that movie.
Yeah.
So illegal porn.
Yeah, and back then it was illegal to make that. People were arrested and charged with various crimes centering around indecency mostly for that movie. Of course, that doesn't happen anymore, thank God.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
who could deal with illegal porn?
my moonlighting gig would be out the window.
Robert's career would be over.
Oh no! It scared the crap out of me. This movie.
It was very scary. This movie's very scary.
And it surprisingly, for a name, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, only one person really gets killed by a chainsaw. Several people get dismembered, but they're already dead.
Okay, well then.
So it's okay.
No pain, no gain.
There's actually, you watch it once, you never see it before, and you watch it once, you think, oh my God, it's so gory. There's actually not a lot of blood in this movie. It's all camera angles, and cinematography, of course, and framing shots, and a lot of stuff is implied.
One of my favorite scenes is when the girl pops out of the freezer.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not remember the character's name, but that actress, she kind of has a campaign going. She's the meat hook girl. That's what people remember her as because they put her up on a meat hook. And then you find her in a freezer and, you think she's dead, but she's not dead when she's in the freezer. She has like a movement going that she's actually the only character, well, not the only one, but she may have actually lived and gotten away. If she was still alive in the freezer, she may have popped out while somebody else was getting chased, So I don't think that's the case. I'm not quite sure she was alive. Might have been just like when you kill a fish or something.
Like rigor mortis or something? Yeah. The last breath of life?
Yeah, nerves.
Is that a thing?
I
I
always
don't know.
tell my kids, it's just their nervous system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's really writhing in pain. But whatever. There's no bosom alert.
Okay.
There's no, for horror movies, there's
Yeah.
no bosoms. And I usually look for that, but there wasn't any in this one.
Well, too bad, but it did have a lot of other great stuff. Let's talk about the kitchen scene, the family crazy dinner
The
scene.
dinner party.
Dinner party, yeah.
Yeah. What do you know about that?
Well, I know that there was no air conditioning. It was like 100 degrees that day, and they filmed straight for 24 hours to the point where it was so hot that their food, the prop food, was actually rotting. People stunk. They had body odor from the beginning that just got worse to the end. And eventually, it really was like a horror movie that day. People were absolutely in agony.
The guy that plays the hitchhiker, because nobody remembers what his name was supposed to be, but he's a hitchhiker earlier in the movie. He's a Vietnam vet. That's the last goddamn hitchhiker I'm picking up.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And he said that filming that scene was worse than being in Vietnam, where people actually wanted to kill him. Like, people's sanity kind of started to slip a little bit while they were filming that.
Mm-hmm. I get it. The elements can be tough, but 100 degrees, rotting meat, all that makeup and blood, and I don't know if you said this, but there wasn't that much blood in this movie.
No.
Right? Yeah.
There was not a lot of blood. There's a little bit, but not compared to many, many other movies.
Yeah.
The grandfather character,
Who's
is at the dinner party, the dude that played him, he was 20 years old. So he was younger. He's actually younger than some of the people playing his kids. But he had all kinds of latex makeup and a mask, and he was fully covered. And I think he probably passed out a few times.
Wow.
While he was at the dinner scene, because he had all that makeup on and stuff.
That
terrible.
would do it. It's so difficult filming in latex and all those effects, special effects makeup, and the heat. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hot right now.
Yeah.
And I have only like an 8-inch thing of latex on me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, it was a viral campaign. It didn't really happen, but it is loosely based off of a real guy named Ed Gein, who they call him a serial killer. He really only killed 2 people, but he did a lot of grave robbing.
Oh.
So a lot of characters in movies are based on him. So the character, the whole movie, a lot of the movie Psycho was based off this Ed Gein character, and because you dig up dead bodies and do things with the parts. And Buffalo Bill, the bad guy from Silence of the Lambs, that also had some of the Ed Geinism in it, and then the whole Leatherface family, had some Ed Gein in it too. But there was never really a Texas Chainsaw Massacre that occurred, although you think the movie's like almost a documentary.
Right, yeah. Well, they worked really hard to make it seem like that.
There's no musical instruments on the soundtrack. What he did was he just used machinery,
like a Foley,
and noises that animals would hear in a slaughterhouse. Wow. It's creepy.
So creepy. I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Shut up, you bitch hog.
Yeah, I don't even know what a bitch hog is.
Me either.
I'm gonna use that one. Okay, we're gonna give it a pumpkin rating now. We got to give the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 5 pumpkins, because it's pretty much a super important American classic horror movie, and it's super, super scary.
Mm-hmm. One of the best. 5 pumpkins for sure. Thanks for watching October Moviefest Countdown.
And if you like this stuff, you should go to Amazon Prime and look up Robert's Horror Matinee, which is a feature-length project that I did. And it's funny as hell.